Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
On 1st down, Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd and a yard. Goff over the middle. That's hauled in by Kupp. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Here's Goff. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Where was that? 50, mark 50, mark 50.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
What?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They keep it with Penny on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
He's not going to get me.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll toss it to Penny. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 15-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
To throw again on second down. Wilson, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Like 20. Check.
Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Right side complete. That's Woods. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Last year for Everett, just 33 catches, 2 touchdowns, but he really has a chance to cement himself as a top tight end in this offense. People around the organization said he had a really good offseason, and he's ready to make that next step. Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Goff. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Another try on second down with Gurley. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Call. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Tyler Higbee, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are once again going to retake the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it.
19.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target, and now it's 3rd down. Play action. It's Wilson. He's got Lockett. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st down.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And the defense obviously expecting run as well, as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Push him back. Check 9, check 9. 2 for 1, 2 for 1. Cookies the mic, cookies the mic. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Out of the gun, Goff. This one to the left to Higbee. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit him with something else.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to air one out. And that's caught. inside the 30. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On the toss, it's Gurley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the 26-yard line.
And go. 180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing on 3rd. Goff into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Yeah.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm in the 3rd quarter. Good.
Throwing is Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
It's complete to Brown, right side. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Would have put him in the lead, but hold that thought.
Yeah, the celebration had to stop, didn't it? Because now you're on a real uptick. You're in the lead. Instead, you're still behind. Have to find a way to regroup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A little juke. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Second and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 17-14. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They go play action with Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Caught right side, Jerron Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on the nine over there. You're on the nine.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And Jerron Brown's got it complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Penny on the counter. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Don't get nervous. Check three. Block that.
I think this is a free play for Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So that one will be accepted. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty.
Stop your body. Check 26. Out.
Again, it's Penny. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. That is caught at the 7-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
We got 4. We got 4. Check nickel. Shoot. Watch this. Hey.
Penny will try to punch it in, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled. They hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? On 1st down, it's gone. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a draw play for Gurley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and now it's 2nd down.
We go to line. 180. 50. Come on, D.
Gone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Seahawks 17-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Goff. And his pass incomplete. The linebacker Bobby Wagner able to get back in coverage and knock it free. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, I thought you were on the field, but okay, I see you. They give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now it's gone. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Over the middle, Jerron Brown's got it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
You think you won't get this?
Wilson to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib.
Intercepted. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
No.
After
Overtime.
the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
First throw in overtime now for Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Touch 50, touch 50.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Check, 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 check. Hey, look.
Now Wilson, and he whips that one incomplete there. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
A gain of 7, but it's 4th down.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all time. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, here's Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Turbo, check right, check right. Watch it, I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Out of the gun. Gone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about.